kind of illness in our society. We have the acute, we have the chronic. Acute is something you can relate to. If you're feeling headache, stomach pain, feverish, you become very persistent, you rush to the hospital, you relate to the doctor, you prescribe. After 2-3 days, you're expected to be back on your feet. In the aspect of chronic, there's no sign, no symptom or warning of any kind. When it comes, it disguises like that of acute. But this time around, the only difference is prescription after prescription, one will not be responding to treatment. After 2 weeks or 3, it will deteriorate one system, and the doctor in question will realize that one has to undergo some series of special diagnoses. Once one is being diagnosed, the result alone can kill someone before the actual illness. Imagine the situation whereby one is having some kind of feverish symptoms only to be diagnosed with liver, kidney disease, arthritis, cancer, diabetes, and stroke. At that point in time, what can doctor do for one? Doctor can only place one under medication for the rest of one's life. That will be our portion. And I say amen to that. So quickly, I would love to build a case study so you can see from a more clear perspective. High blood pressure is a common illness that people talk about it every now and then. There's a common symptom associated with high blood pressure, maybe from passive knowledge or from actual knowledge, or you're just passing somebody was relating such and such causes high blood pressure. Can anybody give an example in that regard, please? Causes of high blood pressure. What you thought to be cause of high blood pressure is bad. I expect somebody to tell me something. So can anybody give an example, even when you're not sure, causes of high blood pressure? What you heard people saying or what you're sure that actually cause high blood pressure? Can anybody give an example in that regard?
Stress.
Thank you very much. The other closest one. There's one close to it. Stress, thinking. A lot of people believe thinking and stress are cause of high blood pressure, but the thinking and the stress are only trigger. What actually causes saturated fat content from bad cholesterol? How? We have 3 zones of life. Have the vibrant zone, have the tired zone, have the sick zone. People in their vibrancy are from 0 to 25, 1,000 from 26 to 50, 600 from 51 and above. Now, people in their vibrancy, their bodies metabolism are super hyper because they engage in numerous activities. They burn the sugar, they burn the fat without actually knowing. Check out the children home after consuming their meal. What do you see them doing? They're jumping up and down, breaking the sugar without actually knowing. Adults do not do that. But now, all of us, especially the men, when you're 16, 17, 18 years about, the kind of strength you feel, they still feel them. There's a point in your life you feel like you can beat everyone. You no longer feel that. What is happening to us? We're advancing from one zone to another. Advancing means the cells are dying. Once the cells begin to die, the body becomes vulnerable. From 26 to 50, at that point in time, the body metabolism are no longer as strong as in your vibrancy. There will be little opening and bad cholesterol will be injected to the bloodstream. Once this is happening, there is no any sign or symptom one can relate to, but soon or later the blood becomes viscous. Blood viscosity is a situation whereby the blood is supposed to be as watery as water, now is thick. And once it's thick, the heart, the pump, the blood will find it very difficult to do its same responsibility. That's a stretch in the normal range. Why that stretch is taking place is going to deteriorate the sick zone from 55 and above. But right now, the tiny vein may not be receiving adequate supply. How? We all know needles, right? Needle. We use a local sewing. We all know needle. We know thread. We know rope. If you use rope to access the eyes of the needle, will you get access? No, because of what? Because of thickness, right? Maybe I should come back again. Needle, we use a local sewing. And no rope, or no thread. If you use rope to access the eyes of the needle, will you gain access? Because of the thickness. The process in which the blood goes to the vessel are more tinier than that as of a needle. In the situation where the blood becomes thick, the tiny vein may not be receiving adequate supply. And once they're not receiving adequate supply, what happens to them? They begin to die. As they die, they're going to multiply. Once they multiply, the fellow in this scenario develops some kind of illness. If he's lucky to survive it after a long battle, you find a part of the body is gone. We call it partial stroke. It may worsen. Why? Because the myocardial blood supply is going to be insufficient. That's the channel in which the energy also goes to the brain is going to be minimal. When this is happening sometime, one begin to have some kind of forgetfulness, but in most cases, one begin to have what we call heart failure. Heart failure is not as if you stop breathing, it's ongoing chronic diseases that is deteriorating the system within the time period, waiting for a trigger. Let me put a character in this scenario so that you can see from more broader perspective. Imagine somebody has been working towards achieving his target. Now, he actualized day for yesterday, he was promoted day for yesterday, he drove himself home last night, only to wake up this morning to hit the bathroom, he slept on the floor. The guy wasn't standing, and the family member realized that something's wrong with the fellow. They rushed him to the hospital. The first day, the second day, they told the guy's not responding to treatment. What do you think the family member will be thinking? He was promoted day for yesterday, he drove himself home last night, only to wake up this morning to sleep on the floor. 3 days later, he's not responding to treatment. What do you think the family member will be thinking at that point in time? Somebody tell me. Yes, village people. But in most cases, it's not village people. The reality is that life comes with some kind of coincidence. sometimes, most times, exceed all proper process of medication before you supplement, because most of the time people begin to take people to prayer houses, to babala and stuff like that. By the time the whole situation deteriorates completely, they are returning to hospital. You wake up with any alignment, any pains, anything, even though you fought a winch last night, you need to go proper to the proper medication when you realize that is defeated before you supplement. If not, you end up killing somebody, and at the point that you return to hospital, what can doctor do? When we keep something happen, we usually accompany our parent to market. One of us will complain feet pain. He couldn't walk very well. The following day, the guy could not come to the market. They thought they were going to check this guy. This guy was lying down home. Helplessly, they caught him with sharp object, all kind of mixture. We tried to find out what is the problem. The mother said the guy is being bewitched. Then we're 16, 17 years old, couldn't reconcile it. But when 1 week later the guy deteriorated, he can't sit, he can't stand. In fact, they're picking, they're washing, they're cleaning like a plant. He can't do anything by himself. 16 years ago, when the father realized the guy is deteriorating, the mother went to market, the father sneaked his child to the hospital. Why would the father sneak his own child to the hospital? Because the mother had made a conclusion, the guy has been bewitched. 3 days later, this guy started doing things by himself. When the father now realized they went to the last injection, he was trying to make inquiry. What actually happened to the guy? Because the whole thing was like miracle. The guy was suffering from rheumatism. The vessels have been closed. At the end of the day, rheumatism has succeeded in covering all the joint in the body. There's nothing you cannot stand, cannot move, cannot do anything. And at the end of the day, the doctor said if the guy lasts for more 3 days, the guy will have been a dead man. And at the end of the day, the mother will be crying that somebody actually bewitched her child, not knowing that she's the one killing her child. So seek proper medication before you supplement. If not, one will end up killing someone. The guy that fell on the floor, what happened to him? The saturated fat succeeded in closing the vessel. Now you're the one using your hand to buy saturated fat. You are in the backing hall, you don't see sun, you don't see light. You take saturated fat, you consume this excessively. They are closing the vessel, no sign, no symptom, no warning. When something's gonna happen, the falling down of that guy destabilizes the body metabolism. The trigger we're looking for was gotten, the heart gets fractured, the brain gets damaged, the connectivity between the brain and the spine get disconnected, one come down with total stroke. And this guy was promoted day first today. If you see him lying down now, he's not talking, he's not moving, you actually believe this guy's actually being range. But in reality, it's what you're consuming. Nobody can give a liver, kidney disease, arthritis, cancer, diabetes. It's from what you consume. So in reality, the World Organization said, if you want to live a healthy life, sometimes see when you go to the market, you see oil freezing under the sun. Any oil you use, groundnut oil, red oil that sleeps, that oil clothes your vessels. Adults do not jump up and down after eating their meal. When you close at night, after taking your last meal, what happens? You're sitting on the couch before you know you go to the bed. If you have cholesterol in that deposit, they are clotting the vessel gradually. When this is not going to come, they're going to come like a devil, and at the end of the day, they begin to divorce someone. You will never believe from what you're consuming, because the chronic diseases are not something specific. They are combination accumulation for what you consume. So when you consume something, there's a place they are accumulating the system. And that's why the World Organization, CDC, Center for Disease Control and Prevention, Scientific Advisory Board, that the Worldwide Network of Scientific projected long before now, they say 2020, from 2020 downward, out of every 4 dead, 3 is because of chronic disease. As you're sitting here, don't you know about liver, kidney disease, arthritis, cancer, diabetes, even some people who have it. So now when they realize the whole situation is going beyond control, they have to go back to the drawing board. They say if you want to live 70, 80, 90 without deficiency, if I ask you a question now, how many of us want to live 70, 80, 90? Somebody will say all of us, but that is nothing for all of us, unless a group of people who discipline themselves in this regard. They say, want to live 70, 80, 90 without no deficiency. First of all, you need to engage in physical exercise. You heard this calculator and start with that number. I'm a banker, I wake up early morning, I don't have all the time. But the reality is that if you are not exercising, you are cutting 10% out of your lifespan. We're talking about osteoporosis, we're talking about cardiovascular diseases, or we're talking about, for example, as you're all sitting here now, just imagine something chase all of you back to back. 10 minutes. How many of us are trying to save their life? The last time immigration were having screening. What does it entail? Screening. If some of them run 10, 15 minutes, they are vomiting blood, having cardiac arrest before the rush hospital. No good number of them actually die. Wake up in the morning. 10 minutes, 6:10, 6:20, 6:30. Do some sit-up, do some press. If you like, dance. At that point in time, the body metabolism are not expected to be heated. By the time you ignite the fat in the body, the back cholesterol and be leaving the body naturally. 10 minutes of exercise allow the heart to release a certain chemical reaction that purify the heart, that strengthen the organs. It's a win-win situation. If you're not exercising, you're cutting 10% out of your life. Whatever excessive cold drinking, you're already here like a hammer. You drink excessive cold water, you drink cold water, you expose yourself to the cold environment. Soon or later, you begin to have some kind of pains in the knee, pains in the waist, graduating from osteoporosis to rheumatism. One end up with arthritis. You see some people in the wheelchair, most of them never had accidents. So if you want to live 70, 80, 90, you need to know excessive cold water can deteriorate your bone mineral density. In fact, go to find out what the lack of exercise to the human nature. You find over 54 chronic diseases that you might for just lack of exercise. The next one, they say, want to live 70, 80, 90, you need to rest. How do you rest? You don't rest at a place of work at home. How many hours do you sleep at night? If you can't have 6 hours at the worst scenario, then it's very, very bad. Because as you're growing older, your nerves are having issues. And at the end of the day, every day you wake up from morning to Monday to Friday, your brain is drowsy. I don't shut down for a longer period of time to enable the brain to recuperate. As you're growing older, your memory index will begin to have shaky because you are naturally shaking down for a longer time. So in reality is that you need to shut down. Some people tell you, okay, I have all the time, but if I shut down, I can't sleep. Some people tell you, if I lie down, I can't sleep. When you can't sleep, check out your thoughts. You're thinking pain, sadness, frustration, and thinking I should have. When you lie there thinking about this pain, that's why a lot of people believe thinking and stress is the cause of high blood pressure. By the time you're thinking excessively, you have cholesterol depositing in your blood because of the junk food you're consuming. What happened at the end of the day? When this thing at the end of the day begin to come back, when it bounce back, when somebody is thinking excessively, and at the end of the day, the blood is flowing beyond the normal range. When it bounce back, wake up in the morning, you see the same blood in the fellow man, the guy is gone. They say it's been the wind. You kill yourself. In reality, the last one they say you need to do constant routine checkup. When's the last time you go to hospital to check your kidney, prostate, gynecology? You go to hospital and tell doctor you want to see your kidney, you tell you there's something wrong with it, that's been trying to discourage you. So in reality, if you're not checking the organs of the body, because the World Organization says if you want to live healthy, you need to check to know how the organs of the body are functioning at least 3 times in a year. We say once in a year. Why are you checking? To detoxify, to purify, because when this accumulate, they destroy the system completely. Last but not least, they say 5% of carbohydrate, 10% of protein. In Africa, our food is carbohydrate inclined. One bottle of mineral contains 15 kg of sugar. I can't do without it. Tea, sugar, cocoa, sugar, kunu, sugar, baby sugar. If you're sugar from morning till night, carbohydrate, morning, afternoon, night. If you're growing older, the possibility of any not going to be very easy like that. 70% of food are vegetable. You know food is not vegetable. In fact, 15% of protein, you know animal protein, plant protein. But most of us right now would rather go to mayonnaise, all those are creamy things that actually are self-nullifier. All those things are good for growth. You've already grown, you consume them, they block your person. At the end of the day, heart fracture, memory damage eventually. So, in reality, we're not only going to educate you on how to prevent diseases, we're here with a gadget that can stand at 5 parameters of the human body. Because the incidents are accumulating, there's going to be trouble in the nearest future. It's safest by nature. If it's my plan, it's moderate, we advise you professional on how to go about it. We're urging the management to create a space for us because we're consulting people individually, and it's 10-minute consultation for those who are going to go through it. They also be giving you a book, you write your name, write your phone number. After the question, you bring back to your parents' department. We're calling people 10 minutes, and nobody's supposed to know the right person to do. They listen to the management for 2 to necessary to undergo the process that is totally attached to it. Why did I say totally? Because also the one that the post in gynecology is a whole of check and no check is not from every day. You go to hospital, the only available is for malaria. And at the end of the day, how much the cost of 2,000 naira? 2,000 is going to be too much for people. You usually buy toy for your children, you buy shoe, you're not using, you buy a car, you're not sewing, but when you go to check your body metabolism, somebody says it's going to be too much. So in reality, 2,000 naira is an opportunity for you to check. So thank you.
Only 2 minutes now we add. Please, where can we sit down so that you finish your meeting?